If you've been playing flash games and browser games in the 2000s and 2010s, you definitely know or have at least heard of Miniclip. This was my go-to place for online browser games, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Many of you have probably also played some flash games there or have played their own games without even knowing it. Miniclip has been operating since the 23rd February of 2001, when it was founded by Robert Small and Tihan Presby in Switzerland with a budget of only £40,000. Ever since then, it only kept growing and became a gaming giant. By 2008, their revenue was already £275 million. Just their most successful game, 8-Ball Pool, has made them over $400 million. With such a long history spreading over 24 years, it's not really a surprise that some things slept through the cracks, got lost or forgotten. That's why today we are diving into obscure and lost media of Miniclip. Buy your own personal game. From 2001 to 2002, you were able to buy your own game. Basically what this was, is that by paying $50, you could send Miniclip a picture of you or of your friend/family member, and then Miniclip would put that picture in one of these games that you are seeing on the screen right now, such as Dancing Bush, with the only difference being that instead of President Bush's head, you saw the head and the name of the person you have submitted from the image that you have sent, and later the price of this was also lowered from $50 to $40. There is no telling how many of these were created. Some might have been uploaded on someone's personal site and could still possibly be found and archived. There for sure is at least one that's now lost and the only copy of it remained on a dead hard drive. Miniclip might still have them in their archives, but they probably won't ever see the light of day ever again. And I'm gonna mention here as well that their iconic logo appeared for the first time on the 24th of May 2002. Before that, they were using this white and blue one with a line of the same color at the bottom. And in September, they added their famous tagline, free games and shows, which you have definitely seen if you've played their flash games at their peak. Miniclip's old forum. In April 2003, they also launched their forum, which seems like it's not the same as the one they still have on today, meaning that everything people have been saying there is now lost and it hasn't been archived by the Wayback Machine. In September 2003, they also updated their site to their more iconic look with the slide presentation showing their games. I also want to shout out Casey from North Carolina, who won an Alienware PC in their Christmas draw. Miniclip Toolbar. Even if you don't know what a toolbar is, you've probably already seen an image of one, or if you are old enough, maybe you've even seen or even used one yourself. Nowadays they are mostly associated with shady software downloads and viruses because you would accidentally install them with an illegal version of Photoshop, for example. But there are legitimate ones as well, even Google had one for Internet Explorer. And on the 28th of October 2004, Miniclip made one of these as well. It had features such as showing you latest games, most played games, your favorite ones, etc. Later on the 22nd of August 2009, it was rebranded to Miniclip Games Toolbar. I tried downloading and installing the old and the new version, and I managed to install the new version and see it show up in Internet Explorer. You can click on things and it still takes you to the modern Miniclip website. But since the site is completely different now, it doesn't have any other functionality and is there only for cosmetic purposes if you're still even using Internet Explorer. Miniclip Ultimate Game Pack. This was a CD you could buy from the Miniclip Game Store from the 8th December to the 8th of March 2006. It had 40 games with 9 previously unreleased ones, 2 retail games, local high scores that could be saved offline, 3000 level Sudoku and Heli Attack 3 Collector's Edition with 2 exclusive new weapons. This pack used to be lost media until the user Shiv Kokro uploaded it to archive.org on the 12th June 2004 for everyone to enjoy. Honestly, this seems to be a great deal for $25, especially in 2005. On the 12th July 2006, they released another redesign of their website with the game genres on top, Miniclip Game Store. Some free games on Miniclip were actually demos of full games that you could buy from the Miniclip Game Store. Full versions of many of these games are lost because no one who bought them uploaded them online. I haven't looked into all of these games, but I know that the full version of Park-A-Lot 2 is lost. Merchandise shop. Miniclip also had a merchandise shop where it seems like you could buy t-shirts, but the site doesn't load in its entirety, so you can't see how the t-shirts actually looked like, and I didn't find any pictures online of these supposed shirts. Miniclip, Toons and Ecards. On 16th October 2006, they also added these tabs for Toons and Ecards, where you could watch classic cartoons such as Looney Tunes and Hanna-Barbera. You can't watch them here on Miniclip anymore, but I'm sure they're available elsewhere. While the Ecards still work and you can still watch them, or at least the ones that I have tested. You just cannot send them anymore. Miniclip games for the Wii. On 18th of March 2007, they added a section with flash games that could be played on the Wii browser. Basically, you enter the page on the Wii, and in theory, you could play these flash games on the Wii with the Wiimote. I personally tried this because you can still access the site on the Wayback Machine, and it took a while to load, and when I got into a game it lagged so much that it was basically unplayable. And there was also an official Miniclip branded game released for the Wii in 2009 called Miniclip Sushi Go Around, developed by Zillium Entertainment and published by South Peak Games. I'm just gonna show you a part of the trailer. On 4th April 2008, Miniclip changed the slogan from free games and shows to play free games. On 9th November 2008, Quickfire Pool was released, later known as 8-Ball Pool, Miniclip's most popular game ever. Miniclip Java mobile games. On 11th April 2008, Miniclip started offering a service where you could buy Java games for your mobile phone, such as a Nokia for example. This phone in the image here is the Nokia N70. I personally have this phone and many others because I'm a phone collector. Comment down below if you would be interested in old mobile phones content. Lost game presentations. When you loaded up Miniclip, you usually saw these presentations of games, quickly showing you how the game looked and what it was about. Many of these still load on the Wayback Machine, but many others weren't so lucky, such as the one for one of my favorite games, Hot Rods. The files were still up in 2001 before Miniclip shut down, and someone could have definitely saved them. I could have done that myself as I was already investigating lost media at the time, if only I had known. In 5th of August, they changed the slogan again to play games instead of play free games, and not even 1 month later, on the 27th of August, it was changed from play games to play online games. YoMe Creator. In November 2008, they added an option to sign up or sign in and create your own avatar called YoMe. The editor was up until December 2019, before Flash Player was shut down, but I think it's safe to assume the files were up until 2001, when Miniclip closed down their website as we know it. This is another thing that I and many others could have saved if we had known. Miniclip Sketchstar. Also in November 2008, Miniclip released Sketchstar, where you could create and upload animations to the site. The files of the web application are lost and the service itself closed down on the 16th of April 2013, and with this making the animations lost. Although if you have the original link you may still be able to view them on the Wayback Machine, and some were also re-uploaded to YouTube. On 9th December 2009 they went back to just play games, and a couple of days later on the 15th they went to play online games again. And in the future they continued to switch between these two. I'm getting so confused just writing this. Miniclip iOS and Android games. On the 14th November 2009 they added the iPhone and Android section for the games they had on the App Store and Google Play, back then called the Android market. I took a look at these initial games they had for both platforms, and I was able to find the IPA file for Monster Trucks Nitro on the Internet Archive, but I wasn't able to find the IPA or APK of Monkey Kickoff anywhere. On 22nd June 2010 they added these icons on top next to the different categories. On 6th July 2012 they added these icons and categories look like buttons which look much better and cleaner. In February 2015 Tencent acquired majority of stakes of Miniclip. On 30th of April 2015 Agario came out, which you definitely know, yes, this is a Miniclip game. On 11th March 2015 the site was updated and the icons for the categories now became only a solid color, with this being the last major update until the whole site as we know it shut down. Oh, and also every icon for every game was updated. In December 2016, Miniclip surpassed 1 billion downloads across all of its published games on iOS, Android and Windows Phone devices. In March 2022, Miniclip announced that it reached 4 billion downloads worldwide, with 8-Ball Pool alone being responsible for 1 billion of them, and later in June they bought Cebu Digital, the owners of Subway Surfers. Now even Subway Surfers is owned by Miniclip. On the 6th April 2022, Miniclip announced they would be focusing only on mobile games and that they would sunset the majority of games on their site. And on 8th July, Miniclip shut down all of their browser games except 8-Ball Pool and Lagario. And now a personal story. Back in 2019 and 2020, after I heard the news that Adobe Flash Player would shut down after 31st December 2020, I wanted to archive some Flash games myself. One that I remembered was one that I played on Miniclip called Hot Rods. I found out how the game was called by looking at archives of Miniclip on the Wayback Machine. I wanted to play the game again but it didn't launch on the archived page. Contrary to popular belief, many 3D browser games on Miniclip and other popular sites weren't actually Flash games but Shockwave games that needed Adobe Shockwave Player to play, which was discontinued on 9th of April 2019. And it never ran on popular browsers such as Google Chrome. I remember that the game Hot Rods disappeared from Miniclip even back when Shockwave was still available. This game came out on the 8th of April 2007 and was removed, or should I say replaced, on the 23rd July 2014 by a mobile game called Hot Rod Racers, and this thing really makes me angry because this game sucks in comparison to the go that is the OG Hot Rods. Why couldn't the original be kept as well, just like when the original On The Run was renamed to On The Run Classic when the new trashy On The Run came out? I really wanted to play Hot Rods again, and so later I created my Discord account and joined the Flashpoint Discord server, where a user named codename Cleo curated the game. Big shout out to him for archiving my favorite Miniclip game so that I was able to play the game again and revive my childhood memories. The files were probably still up in 2020, and this is how codename Cleo was able to archive the game. Nowadays I could have probably done that myself, but back then my knowledge on this was much more primitive compared to now, so you do actually learn new things in life. Anyway, thanks for watching. This video is pretty long, and if you've come this far, it definitely means that you have liked the video, so please click the like button as well, and if you're interested in this type of content, please subscribe, as I have more Lost Media videos planned for the future. And you can also comment your Lost Media topics in the comments. See ya!